Well, Jammer, this next video has been just on my feed on every single platform, time and time again. And I just had to discuss this with you, get a man's point of view. Let's check it out.
Insecure of a man not to like or want you to dress sexy in order for you to be his wife.
What's sexy?
What I got on, like what I got on right now.
Oh, let me, I gotta get a good look at you. Let me see, where your shirt at? Kitty, what do you think?
I think that sometimes some of y'all women really don't understand how territorial men are. It's different if you were covered up, but baby, you got tape on. So yes, of course, a man who knows how men are going to look at you, knowing that there's going to be men who are going to be predators or going to pursue you, he's right for saying that. That's not meaning that he's insecure, he's territorial. That's a man's nature, and that's absolutely okay. It's your responsibility as his woman to understand his nature and to also have boundaries with yourself, knowing what you are exposing yourself to. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be quick. I'm so glad I can have conversations with my husband because I asked him, we had a deep conversation. I said, what is it about women that will make you not wife her? And the first thing he said, the way she presents herself.
Facts.
That's coming from a man. Men will tell you that if you dress provocative, they're going to see you as an object. Stop calling men insecure. That is their God-given right to say, I don't want my woman to present herself out here because not only is she a representation of me, she's a representation of herself.
So, my first question. Does clothing form first impressions within a relationship?
It is. I mean, she's absolutely correct, because it's different when a man is looking for a thought versus looking for a woman. That is like a boundary that we have. When we talk about setting boundaries, we talked about that earlier. It's like, look, shorty, you if you willing to dress like this around me, you willing to dress like this around my mama. And it's not really about other men being predatorial. It's really more so I can't take you to the crib to meet my family, and you overlook, because they're gonna be over there like, they're gonna be cooking you, and somebody gonna say something to you that you probably ain't gonna like, because you know how black families keep it one bean. When it be the family events, people get to drinking. Somebody's uncle gonna be, hey, look at you now, gal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some of that. So, like, you don't want a female to embarrass you, because then it's just a presentation. It's like you a walking billboard. You advertising yourself as somebody who is easy or loose, and that should not be the perception. And that young lady may not be like that at all. That just may be how she wanted to dress, but she's just not cognizant of how the world and other men view her. So it's not always just 100% about being predatorial. Yeah, we don't, because most secure men know, okay, you going home with me regardless. I'm not really tripping like that. But still, you're willing to advertise that. So if I'm not with you, you're going to have somebody who's going to be in heavy pursuit, and they're not going to stop, because people are crazy out here. You'll have somebody who's under the influence, pulling you by your arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people like that on both sides, but it's self-respect to me. And it's just presenting yourself as somebody who if you're going to present yourself as a thought, you're going to get that type of crowd following you. And she's probably confused, like, well, I don't understand why I get this type of attraction from men. Like, why that type of dude? Why Pookie is always wanting to holler at me?
I mean, because it's the fashion trend. I'm just following fashion.
You following Nicki Minaj, you following Cardi B. you know, they're in a different
And
swimming
Kim
lane,
Kardashian, they set the fashion
and
trends.
they in a different swim lane. Like they can do that. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a job, baby girl, you might work at the hospital. You might be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? What if one of your doctors send you out there with your cheeks out and your boobs out? Like that's not a good look. So it's more than just pleasing me. Again, you a walking billboard. You represent not just yourself. You represent the company you working for. It nowadays it don't matter if you off the clock. You can post something on social media, or you can be somewhere acting a fool. If somebody see you, it's a wrap. I guarantee you, whatever job she worked at, if they, if it was windy outside, that little joint blew open, she's exposed. Somebody gonna get footage of that, and she's gonna be right on social media, and she gonna get canned. That's what they do.
Do you think there's a gap though between what men say that they like versus what they their actual reaction?
Mm.
Like, you know, men, they like, some men are the behind. And so
Yeah,
I'm gonna show my behind because that's what I know that you like.
I mean, listen, I, I get it, but I feel like there's a time and a place for it, though. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like you can do that if you having like a romantic evening with your significant other and y'all just out, you could be on vacation. Like there's a time and a place to do that though. But you don't have to advertise it and broadcast it is what I'm saying. And then because it sounds like cap to a certain point. Because oh no, I want this. Like it's the same person who wants a fairy tale. The same person who wants a fairy tale man also be the same person dressing like a thought. Them two don't mix. They don't, because you're going to get a certain type of individual chasing you, because most men who are professional and who definitely want somebody who they can be equally yoked with, they're not going to go for that because they're going to feel threatened. They're going to feel threatened by, man, this person might ruin it for me. I'm she might be at the Christmas party with her ass all the way out, or at my mama's house. You know what I'm saying? So I think people are so much more careful now, especially as older they get, because they've been through that before.
Mhm.
So hopefully that conversation that she had will humble her a little bit to understand, like, no, like nobody's saying you can't dress how you want to dress. What they're saying is when you just out and about on the regular, you don't have to, it's not necessary. Like you don't have to win somebody. You already a pretty girl. You don't have to win somebody over by wearing less. That's kind of like the point of it.
So if, you know, you're a man and she comes, you on a first date, and she comes dressed like that, are you saying something? Are you still going out with them? Like, how does that affect the first date? Or is there even a first date?
I would finish the first date, but at the end of that thing, I'd be like, look, I don't know if this one's going to work because you wanted that to be my first impression of you. And I would have
Mhm.
a huge problem with that. It's like you don't even know me. So you're willing, I could be a predator, and you're willing to say, you know what? I'm gonna come out here loose. I just that blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? That somebody would be willing to do that. But like you said, trend. She and the sad part is she is a beautiful girl though. Like she don't have to dress like that. She don't. And maybe she was in a bad relationship before, and her man told her that he wanted her to dress like that, and her brain is clouded. But she don't even have to go that far. Like she don't. Like she can just wear a sundress and be smooth and be good. Just some jeans and a t-shirt. Like a lot of men are gonna see you for what you are. Like she's good. It's like, but it makes her ugly, but from what she did. I don't want to say ugly. That's strong and that's mean. I would say it makes her unattractive by
Mm.
doing that. Like she don't stand like you don't stand out. Like you're not standing out at all. I mean, it's almost worse than BBL, where somebody just got a BBL that's so big and it's like at some point, like that's not attractive no more. Like you just look silly. You Mr. Potato Head now. Like, don't do that.
Not the Mr. Potato Head. Oh, it was funny because I think it was in our group chat. Uh, the Twitter post where it is had a picture of some young ladies back in I think it was 90s
90s.
maybe,
Hmm.
and the post said even the thoughts in the 90s still covered themselves. And I just thought that was just hilarious.
That's real talk though. That is real talk. Like, I mean, I don't again, the advertisement, the things that are being pushed on these young women is
Mm.
it's sad. I mean, everybody can't dress like Meg. Everybody can't dress like Kim. Like, they're doing that because they can. Like they're celebrities. So we kind of look at them like, oh, we know Megan gonna show her cheeks. That's just what she does. Or we know Kim gonna show. They're trying to, and they're getting paid to do it. Like they're getting paid to wear that stuff. Shorty, you not getting paid to be out here dressing like that. You just
Well, hey,
making your
it brings the boys to the yard.
Yeah, you got a target on your back. That's for sure. You gonna get them thirsty boys coming to the yard. Keep walking out there with that milkshake. They coming all right. You know.
Ah.
But just don't be making no TikToks talking about how disrespectful somebody is when you asking for it. You get what you ask for at the end of the day. You know.
You're right. You're definitely right. And like you said, with the young lady, she's beautiful and she may not even be that way, but
She's probably
unfortunately,
not that way. She doesn't seem like somebody who's that way. Somebody who's willing to stand up and vouch for herself. Number one, I respect that because she's
yeah.
basically saying, "Look, I'm not that type of chick." Where you fall at though is if you lined up with other females that may not look as good as you, a lot of real dudes is going to shift straight past you and
Oh,
go to
so
them
they
other
gonna get
females.
chose and not she. She won't get chose.
Yeah, you gonna be left at the altar. But the dude like Uncle Leroy will holler at you. He can be, yeah, girl. I want me a nice little tender, little young thing. He'll rock with you. You know, he'll get
Uh,
down with you, but you're not gonna get no dude that is your age
mm.
that's gonna really want to like rock with you like that and keep you. You're gonna get somebody who wants you to be the toy. That's not a relationship.
And I guess that's, kind of hard for young women who like dressing that way because they feel sexy and confident, but
Hmm.
at the same time they're wanting to be in a relationship. And it's man, you have to work that
But
out.
that's the
You gotta
thing though,
balance
Les.
that
Like sexy comes in. There is no blanket picture of sexy. Like there
out.
is no still shot of sexy. There's a lot of women who's sexy who don't dress like that. I mean,
Facts.
what's her name? Sade, one of the sexiest women ever. They ever walked this earth. She don't dress like that. She don't have to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you really can dress normally and still be just ungodly sexy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she understands that.
Mhm.
I think she has a perception of what sexy is, but she don't understand sexy from a man's perspective. You
Mhm.
know, you're looking at Instagram. Instagram is not like that's fantasy sexy. That's stripper sexy. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's completely different. That don't mean there is no ranking of sexy. Sexy is sexy regardless. But
Mhm.
I'm just saying, like, if you trying to pull somebody, like if you dressing stripper sexy, then you're not gonna get somebody who's really wanting to be with you. They not looking at you. They
Mhm.
looking at your utensils, at your tools. They looking at the tools in the shed. You know, at the end of the day.
Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Man, this has been a great convo. I
Mhm.